Recently there was an article in the El Paso Times about my brother, Jesse Jimenez, and his accomplishments in gymnastics. He has won many gold, silver, and bronze medals in the Olympics despite his Down syndrome. Down syndrome is one of the many disabilities in special education. I know about Down syndrome because I have a brother who has Down syndrome, and I have also looked up extra information on things I might not know. Today I will discuss what Down syndrome is. I will talk about certain characteristics of Down syndrome, and lastly, I will talk about some myths and misconceptions related to Down syndrome. First, I will explain what Down syndrome is. Down syndrome is one of the many disabilities in the world. According to NDSS 2016, Down syndrome occurs when an individual has a full or partial extra copy of chromosome 21. Here is a chromosome layout of my brother's chromosomes. In display 1, these are my brother's actual DNA chromosomes laid out together. In display 2, these are my brother's chromosomes paired together. And at chromosome 21, you can see that there is an extra copy. NDSS 2016 wrote that there are 3 types of Down syndrome: trisomy 21, translation, and mosaicism. Translation is when there is an extra chromosome at chromosome 14. In mosaicism, according to NDSS 2016, it is diagnosed when there is a mixture of 2 types of cells, some containing the unusual 46 and some containing 47. Ms. Jimenez stated that Down syndrome can be diagnosed in the womb and at birth. Doctors can diagnose a mother at pregnancy by doing tests, and at birth they can diagnose Down syndrome by looking at the facial features of the baby and doing blood tests. Now I will explain some characteristics of Down syndrome. Down syndrome individuals have many different traits to them. In an article written by Ailes House, 2008, it stated that newborns with DS have low muscle tone, known as hypotomia. Because of this, many individuals with Down syndrome are less active and have a high tendency of being overweight. Ms. Jimenez stated that facial features are big characteristics in Down syndrome individuals. They also have an upward slant to their eyes and an open space between their first 2 toes. Down syndrome individuals can be born with heart problems. The severity can differ between individuals. According to Ailes House 2008, heart disease affects 50% of babies with Down syndrome. Now I will talk about certain myths and misconceptions. Many people come up with myths and misconceptions about individuals with Down syndrome. In an interview with Ms. Jimenez, she stated some myths and misconceptions people have. One myth she stated was that individuals with Down syndrome can't learn. I would like to present my brother, Jesse Jimenez, doing cup stacking. My brother took the initiative to teach himself how to do this by watching an instructional video that was included with these cups. He has also looked up videos on the internet that have helped teach him how to do this on his own. A misconception that Ms. Jimenez explained is that people think Down syndrome individuals cannot be independent. I know other individuals that have Down syndrome besides my brother, and they have their own cell phones, their own jobs, and are able to go on trips without their parents. Ms. Jimenez explained that some people think individuals with Down syndrome don't feel emotional or physical pain. My brother was once kicked and pushed into a wall by a fellow student in art class. He was emotionally distraught by this and did not want to go back to the class. and he also began to act differently. In conclusion, I've discussed knowledge of Down syndrome helps people understand the disability better. Down syndrome individuals can have different internal and external characteristics, and people have ideas about Down syndrome without knowing any information about this disability. So what do Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, and my brother Jesse Jimenez have in common? They all compete in gymnastics in the Olympics. What do they not have in common? My brother is the one with the extra chromosome. Thank you.